Hello and welcome to this session on business research methodology. In this session, we would be briefly touching upon the introduction elements of business research methodology, the definition, the basic scope of this subject, and I'm your instructor Rajesh Durbala, and I'm a professor in business analytics and research methodology. Moving ahead, what are the various things that we are going to discuss? These are the learning objectives of this course or this session. Upon the completion of this chapter, you will be able to understand the differences between the basic and applied research, define business research, understand the roadmap to learn business research methods, learn how business research methods can be used as a decision-making tool by the managers, understand the business research process, and get a preliminary idea about the use of software for data preparation and data analysis. Putting together, we are just going to give you a brief outlook of this course, this entire subject, what goes into this course, and what are the various opportunities, scopes, and various tools available for accomplishing this course. Okay, that's the basic objective of this course. So moving ahead, let's see. Business researchers, what they do. Okay, all the words in blue are the keywords. You have to remember them, understand them. So business researchers systematically collect, compile, analyze, and interpret data to provide quality information based on which a decision maker will be able to take a decision in an optimum manner. So this is not going to be a random decision. It is a data-driven decision which has been collected, compiled, and analyzed very systematically, very scientifically. Okay, and then conducting research to deal with any problem is a scientific, systematic, and interlinked exercise which requires sound experience and knowledge. So this is another perspective for the definition of this course. That's it. Okay, so we say this is scientific, systematic, and interlinked exercise. That is to say, one thing is linked with the other, like data collection is linked with data interpretation. Both of them cannot be studied or cannot be studied in isolation. Next, what is the difference between basic research and applied research? Basic research is generally not related to a specific problem, and its findings cannot be immediately applied. Okay, so I may be doing a basic research that could be maybe understanding a phenomenon, understanding the various behaviors of a customer. These could be the basic research. Whereas applied research, it directly addresses the problem at hand. It studies the problem that we have and attempts to find a solution. So applied research is launched by the firm, agency, or individual facing a specific problem. Okay, now let's see. For example, I have someone called Christopher Columbus. I have another guy who is Alexander Fleming. Now let us see. Alexander Fleming, he must have studied and discovered penicillin, which is called the mother of all antibiotics. Now he must have observed a problem, infections. So he wanted to identify or discover a drug which can be a cure for infections. So he wanted to find a solution to a problem, an immediate there is a solution to an immediate problem. So he wanted to figure it out. So that was his attempt. So I can say what Alexander Fleming did, that is applied research, whereas basic research is something that was done by Christopher Columbus. He had no problem. He just wanted to add to the body of knowledge. He wanted to discover a new place. Okay, so what he did forms basic research. Now let's do the definition for business research. Business research method is a systematic and scientific procedure of data collection, compilation, analysis, interpretation, and implication pertaining to any business problem. Okay, this is one perspective. Another perspective is business research is defined as the systematic and objective process of gathering, recording, and analyzing data for aid in making business decisions. And this definition was given by Zygmunt in 2007. We have Cooper and Schindler in 2009. They have defined business research as a systematic inquiry that provides information to guide managerial decisions. So you can see mostly every definition that has been provided more or less has similar thing. Okay, that is, mostly everyone is focusing on something which is systematic. Okay, so there needs to be a design in your research that makes it systematic. Something done in random may not be systematic. Okay, now business research methods are decision making tool in the hands of the management. Now this research methodology or business research methods, this can be used and as an effective tool for the management. Okay, they can take more educated, learned and data driven decisions supported by rich data as an evidence. Now let's see, decision making is always a crucial part in any organizational functioning. That's quite obvious, because any of the top managerial personnel, most of the day is spent in taking tough decisions. Okay, so without decision making, management doesn't exist. So in the field of business research, this valuable information is obtained using the following interrelated steps. Mind it, these are interrelated. None of these steps operates in isolation. So let's see, the first one, problem or opportunity identification. You have to understand and identify a problem or an opportunity. Okay, so once you define your problem or opportunity, then you go diagnosing the problem or opportunity. You try to understand what could be the cause of this problem or opportunity. Why does this exist? Okay, so that becomes the stepping stone of your research. Next, executing business research to explore the solutions. Now you are conducting a lot of research in order to explore what could be the possible solutions, what could be the ideal solution, what could be the most optimum of all the solutions under these circumstances. Okay, and then implement presented solutions. If I get n number of solutions, I'll try to see what could be implemented and then evaluate the effectiveness of decision making. Just implementing may not be suffice. How do I know whether it is right or wrong? So I need to evaluate the decision that I have taken. So once the results are satisfactory, I assume that my decision went right. But if the results are unsatisfactory, I have to rework on the decisions and to figure out a better decision in order to seek optimum and desirable results. So let's explain these steps one by one. Problem or opportunity identification. Now all of us understand, if there is any delay in identifying a problem, maybe even in diagnosing a disease, once it's late, it can become incurable. So what we need to do is we have to diagnose and identify the problem at the earliest. We say nip the bud. Okay, so any delay in problem identification and solution implementation and the opportunity identification and encashment may become harmful to the organization. Okay, so this is quite important. Second one, diagnosing the problem or opportunity. Now there are many problems and opportunity scenarios to the business researchers. Okay, now what they have to do is they have to diagnose the problem or the opportunity. They have to understand why is this happening or what could be the reason for this. Now diagnosing involves exploring. Look at the third point. Okay, diagnosing involves exploring the situation to have a better insight about the situation. So exploring the situation to have a better insight about the situation, right? Okay, now third point, executing business research to explore the solution. Now this is the action step. Okay, here we actually get into action mode. After the identification and diagnosis of the problem, business researchers systematically conduct research to present a solution. So they have to conduct a systematic research in order to present a solution. This is the point where we are exploring the possibilities. Various possibilities are explored and they are brought forward. And fourth one, implement presented solution. Now what we are going to do, once we have ample number of alternate solutions, we have to select few of them which could be workable and feasible. So let's see, business researchers conduct research in consultation with the decision makers of the concerned organization. Now, the findings are presented to the decision maker, and he or she analyzes these findings in the light of his or her decision range. Okay. Then evaluate the effectiveness of decision making. Now, this is very, very important. Here comes the control mechanism. Okay. After taking a decision, its effectiveness is examined. This is sometimes referred to as evaluation research. So that's it for today's session. You can get in touch with me. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. You can write to me directly at rajeshdurbala@gmail.com. Thank you for paying attention. We'll meet quite soon. Thank you.